Hi everybody and welcome to another Bowtie Teacher video. Today I'm going to be taking you through the January 2020 2H paper from Edexcel IGCSE. Let's get started. So for question 1 we're dividing powers, so we're going to just subtract those to get x to the power of 7, and then we have 7 to the 8 times 7 to the 4 is 7 to the 12, and then we're going to divide by 7 to the 3 to get 7 to the power of 9. For question 2 we're converting units, so let's just choose some random values to give an area, and then we're going to multiply that to get a volume. So I'm going to choose 3.24 meters and 10 meters and 1 meter like that. So that will multiply to give me my 32.4 meters cubed, and then I'm going to change each of these into centimeters. So 10 meters would be 1000 centimeters, and 1 meter will be 100 centimeters, like that. So when we multiply all these together, centimeters cubed, we're going to have 324 times 1000 times 100. And that will give us 324, 5 centimeters cubed. For question 3, we have a show that question, so we're going to convert everything into top-heavy fractions. So 3 times 4 plus 2 is 14 over 3, plus 5 times 3 plus 4 is 19 over 5. Then we can cross multiply these to get 14 times 5 plus 19 times 3, all over 3 times 5. So when we do that, we get 14 times 5, which is 70, plus 57 over 15. That gives us 127 over 15, and 15s into 127 go 8, remained at 7, like that. Question 4, we have a triangle, so all of these angles will add up to 180, so we just can create this simple equation here, which equal 180. Collect these together, 5x plus 60 equals 180. So 5x equals 120, x will be equal to 24 degrees. Question 5, construct bisector. So you would put your compass here, draw an arc of any length which crosses here, and then put your compass here and draw an arc and keep it the same length and do it there. And you would connect these up with a ruler. Question 6. Probability of green is twice the probability of being red. So I'm just going to represent that with some algebra here, and then we can add all of these up to give you a probability of 1. So 0.24 plus 0.31. So we have 3x equals 1 minus 0.24 plus 0.31. So x is going to be 0.24 plus is 0.55, 0.45 over 3, which gives you x equals 0.15. So when we're looking at the colours of red, so we are doing 0.15 for red, and we're going to times that by 180 to give 27. Question 7 is an inequality, so 2x is greater than 4 minus 7, so x is greater than 4 minus 7 is negative 3 over 2. Solve this equation, so we're going to do x plus 5 and x minus 8 to give us our 40, and so that therefore x is equal to negative 5 or 8. So we're going to do percentage change from 2016 to 17. So from 2016 to 2017 we're doing 545 minus 500 over 500, and then we multiply that by 100. So that's 45 over 500. That's going to be 9%. And then we do the same thing from 2017 to 2018. So 592 minus 545 over the original times 100, and that gives us 8.6%. So the percentage change from 2016 to 2017 is greater, so Bridget is incorrect there. Henri wants to insure his car. Okay, so 952 euros is the equivalent of 85% of the original. So we can divide by 0.85. So x is 1120. So the discount that Henri gets is 1120 minus the 952. That gives you 168 euros. Density equals mass over volume. So the mass is going to be equal to the density times the volume, which is equal to 2895 grams. 15 meters per second, that's going to be equal to 50 over 1,000 kilometers per second, which is equal to 50 over 1,000 times 3,600 kilometers per hour. That equals 180. Okay, in this question then, AC squared is going to be equal to 17 squared minus 15 squared, which equals 64. So AC is going to be 8 centimeters, and that's the diameter of this circle. So we're going to halve that, let's say, put a midpoint in here. So AM is going to be 4 centimeters, and so the diameter, the perimeter or the circumference of that circle is going to be half 2 pi r, which is equal to a half 2 times pi times the radius, which equals 4 pi. So the circumference around here is 4 pi, and we're going to add the 17 plus the 52. So 32 plus 4 pi is going to be our final answer for this one, 44.6 to 3SF. Okay, so we're looking at the price of these two barrels of oil, and we're trying to work out which one's better value for money. So I'm just going to divide by 10 to the 5 to get rid of this. And so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can get rid of all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. $7.7 and 25 krone. So I have 4.2 liters for 25 krone and 8.6 liters for $7.7. If I divide the 25 by 4.2, that will give me the price per liter. So 25 divided by 4.2 is 5.95 krone per liter. And I can do 7.7 divided by 8.6. To give me $0.89 per liter. Now we can convert the krone into dollars by dividing by 6.57. So we had 25 over 4.2, and then divide that by 6.57 krone, and that gives me $0.91 per liter. So the better value for money is going to be the Arctic oil because it's cheaper for the liter. Question 13 is a circle theorem. We can see we've got a diameter going from A to D, so that means this is going to be a right angle here because it's on the circumference, and this is also going to be 28 degrees because it's in the same segment. So that means we can work out what this angle is here, because it's going to be 180 minus 90 minus 28 minus 32. So we're going to do 90 plus 28 plus 32. That leaves us 30. Question 14, we've got 13 large glasses out of 20, so 7 small. And then if we take a large, that leaves 12 out of 19 and still 7 out of 19 here. And if we take a small one, we still have 13 19ths here and 6 out of 19 there. If you take 2 small glasses, we're going to go 7 out of 20 times by 6 out of 19, 21 over 190. Question 15, we're looking at graphs. 2 over x squared is going to be graph C. minus a half x cubed, so that's going to be an x cubed graph upside down, which is b, and then minus 5 over x is going to be the reciprocal of 1 over x, which would be graph E. To make x the subject, we're going to square everything to get rid of that square root sign, and then we're going to multiply through by the denominator here, multiply out the brackets to get this, collect the x's on one side and everything else on the other, and then factor the x. The final step is to divide through by the brackets to give us our final answer there. Question 17 is a proof, two consecutive square numbers, so we're going to have n squared is our first square number, and the second square number is just going to be n plus 1 squared. So when I take the difference of these, I'm going to multiply out this bracket to get that one for the first one, and subtract n squared for the second one. That leaves me with 2n plus 1, which is the definition of an odd number there. Okay, for this one we're going to work out the proportion, so we need the total number of customers. So we're just going to do a quick tally up of this: 10 times 7, 5 times 34, 9 times 10 for this one, 6 times 25 here, 15 times 48. So our total here is 1200, and we want to know what the proportion is of 17 and 35. So let's just do that in a different color here. Between 17 and 35, so we need, there's 15, 17 and 35 is going to be all of these bars here. So this bar here is 7 times 10, we've got 6 times 25, and then we have 5 times 48 here. That gives us a total of 460. So the proportion, the final answer will be 460 over 1200, which is 23/60. For part B, one of the customers is selected at random. Given that they've spent more than 30 minutes in the supermarket, find the probability that they've spent 36 or more. So those that spent 30 or more minutes in the supermarket will be the 15 times 48 people, and to spend 36 or more minutes is going to be 9, so that's the distance between here and here, 9 times 48, so we can cancel these, and that will give us 3 over 5. Question 19a, we need an equation that's parallel to this, so we can have any value of c, which is this number here, so 8 will do. It could be any number there that isn't 7. For part B, we need the gradient of this line, so we're going to do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and that will give us minus 3 over 2 minus 3 is 5. So the perpendicular gradient is going to be the negative reciprocal of that, which is 5 over 3. So passing through the point of this is going to be y equals mx plus c. We're going to do 4 for the y coordinate and 5/3 of the x coordinate, which is negative 6, to work out our new c value. So c is equal to 4 plus 30 over 3. That gives us 14. So our new equation is going to be y equals 5/3 x plus 14. The question wants the answer in this form, so we're going to make sure we get rid of all of these fractions. So we get 3y equals 5x plus 42, and then take the x over and the c to get negative 5x plus 3y minus 42 equals 0. For question 20, we have a rectangle with an area of 18. So the area is like that, and the length is root 7 plus 1. We need to find the other side. So we're going to do 18 divided by root 7 plus 1. So we're going to multiply by root 7 minus 1 to rationalize this. and that will give us 18 root 7 minus 18 all over 7 minus 1. And when we divide through by 6, we get 3 root 7 minus 3. Question 21 is transformation of graphs. So x plus 4 is a shift to the left by 4, so that's going to give us 0, 6. And f of 2x means a squash towards the y-axis by a factor of 2, so that's going to be 2, 6 there. We have an equation of a curve which is now transformed by this. So this is going to be to the right by 4 and up by 6. So if we make f of x our curve, x squared plus 3x plus 4, then what we're doing here is we're doing a shift to the right is x minus 4, and then we plus 6. So we're going to do x minus 4 squared plus 3x minus 4 plus 4, and then we have our plus 6, which is going to shift it up another 6. So it says you do not need to simplify this, so we can leave it as something like this. Should be fine. Question 22 is quadratic simultaneous equations. So we have our linear term here, which we can substitute into this. So we have x squared plus x plus 2 all squared minus 2 lots of y, and we're going to try and get this as a quadratic we can solve. So we've got x squared plus 4x plus 4 minus 2x minus 4 minus 24 equals 0. Collect this together, and we get x squared plus x minus 12, which we can factor to x plus 4, x minus 3. So our two x values that we need are x equals 3 and x equals negative 4, and our y value is x plus 2, so that's going to be 5 and negative 2. So the coordinates of a and b are 3, 5 and negative 4, negative 2. Question 23 is a vectors question, and it wants to know the ratio of AP to PM. So we need to know the total distance of A to M. So to go from there, we're going to go from B to C, and that's going to be negative 4A plus 2B. So that will go negative 4A and down here. BM is half that distance. So we're going to half this to get minus 2A plus B. That gets us from B to M. But we want to go from A to M. So to go from A to M, we're going to go A to B and then B to M, which gives us 4A plus B to M, which we've just worked out. And that gives us 2A plus B. So now that we know the total distance from A to M is 2A plus B, and A to P, that distance there is 3/2 A. 3/2 A plus 3/4 B to get from A to P. Then what's left over is 1/2 A plus 1/4 B. That will get us our total of 2A plus B there. So we've got 3/2 A, so we need another half to get to 2, and 3/4 B gives us that. So hopefully you can see here we've got a 3/2 to 1/2 ratio for A, and a 3/4 to 1/4 ratio for the B's. So we have a 3:1 ratio. Algebraic fractions, we're going to do the brackets first, so we get a common denominator here. And then we can multiply that by the reciprocal of this thing. So 6x squared minus 17x plus 5 all over 9x minus 4x cubed. We can start to collect some of this together. So we have 8x minus 12 minus 6x plus 15 all over 2x minus 5, 2x minus 3. Which probably means that one of these factors is going to be one of these brackets. let's just check the denominator here. We can do x brackets 9 minus 4x squared, which is a difference of 2 squares. So we can use 2x minus 5 and 3x minus 1. Just check that one. Yeah, that works. So now we can start to cross cancel these, and this numerator will become 2x minus 12 plus it is going to be that all over 2x minus 3, and we're going to multiply that by 3x minus 1 over x brackets 3 plus 2x, 3 minus 2x is our difference of 2 squares, and 2x plus 3 and 2x plus 3 there will cancel. This finally simplifies down to 3x minus 1 over x brackets 2x minus 3, 3 minus 2x. You might also simplify this further to 1 minus 3x. So I've actually done the minus of this, and then I can do the minus of one of these brackets. So if I times that by a minus 1 as well, then that will give me x 2x minus 3 squared, because this will now become plus 2x and then minus 3. So that might be an acceptable answer as well. For question 25, Mario's going to save $50, and then that's going to be in the year 2021. So that can be our n equals 1 in our sequence. Increasing the amount he saves each year, so the second term is going to be 50 plus k, so n equals 2, 2022. And it's going to go up in that fashion, so 2k for n equals 3, 2023. So when we get to the final year, which is 2070, so we're going to have n equals 50, 50 plus 49k, and that's going to be in 2070. So you can see we're generating a sequence here. The sum for the first 50 years is 33125. So we can use our sum formula, which is 50 over 2 brackets 2 lots of the first term plus n minus 1, and the common difference between each of these is k. So we can do 33125 divided by 25 will clear this, and we get 100 plus 49k. 33125 over 25 is 1325. So 1225 over 49 will give us our k value. So minus 100 and divide by 49. So k equals 25. So they're going to increase the savings by $25 each year. Okay, so I hope that was helpful to you. I've had a few questions and queries about doing these papers before their mocks, and I really advise you against doing that, because the correct way to do this is to do your mocks first, do the papers first, then you use these videos to guide you in how you do the improvements. Okay, there's no point trying to do these videos first, then doing the mock, giving yourself a grade 8 or a 9 when you didn't really earn it. But if you do this in the right way, I guarantee you that your grades will improve. And it's the best way to do your revision is by doing past papers correctly and learning from your mistakes. Okay, so good luck in the summer, and I wish you all the best.